Hey, it's Rob from Buttendz. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Today we're talking about how to know it's time for a change and what you can do about it. Hope you enjoy. I think another thing that's really important as a hockey player, and it's helped me in my career, is making sure that you're in a spot where as a player that you can succeed, and you'll learn a lot by having these difficult. I shouldn't say difficult, but you'll learn a lot by having these conversations. With your coach, if you're able to, get some time and hear your coach one-on-one tell you, about what he thinks about your game and where he sees you fitting in on the team. And, a lot of times as a player, it can be, you can get complacent in a team. And like, let's say, you're a sixth or seventh defenseman, you're in and out of the lineup, but you think you're doing better. You think you have more, opportunity. You think you have more to give, and you think you deserve better. There's no reason why you can't. Well, first of all, if you go in and you have that meeting with coach and, you hear what your coach thinks about you as a player, maybe he doesn't think you're, a top tier guy. Maybe he thinks he doesn't love your game as much as, maybe you think you deserve. And maybe it's time to think about maybe moving to a different team or moving to a new organization. I mean, these are things as players, like, you got to think about. In my career, for example, I had to change teams multiple times growing up because, like, I wasn't, like, getting the ice time that I wanted, and I wasn't playing, as much as I needed to play. In high school, I didn't make varsity my first 2 seasons at my high school. I was playing JV hockey, and I felt like I deserved to be on varsity. And honestly, I had to change high schools, and it was a really tough thing. I mean, I learned a lot about myself, and honestly, my parents were, pretty supportive. It was difficult even in my own household, though. Like, I remember my mom was cool with me changing schools, but my father was kind of like iffy about it. He didn't really want me to change, but I had to put my foot down and say, "Look, I'm changing schools," and it was tough. I had to leave all my friends, go to a new school, new environment, because I had a better chance. And I got to the new school my junior year. I made the varsity team. The team wasn't as good. It was in the same league, but the team wasn't as good, so there was a better chance. So sure enough, I made varsity. I had a great year that season. I did really well and really started to come into my own as a player. Ended up transferring back my senior season to my old high school and made the varsity team that year and was like a standout defenseman on the team. And started, the coach then all of a sudden, like, realized once I had a chance to actually play for him, the guy who cut me every year, now all of a sudden I was playing for him, and he grew to really like me as a player. And I had those difficult conversations with this guy, and he was a really, he was a tough coach, well-known coach in the area. And, I was able to go in and sit down with him and hear him out about my game. And he really helped me grow into a new player. And after that, I got scouted to play, Division III hockey. And then all of a sudden, I started to think, well, maybe I can play at the next level. And it was all because of, taking it upon myself to, go to a new environment and, change it up and chase after something and not just get complacent, stuck in some, team where I wasn't getting the ice time. I wasn't even playing on the right team. I was playing on the lower level team. So, having those moments as a kid really helped me, transition into a Division I hockey player and then onto a pro player. And I wouldn't have been there if I didn't do, these hard moves when I was like 14, 15 years old. So I encourage kids to, take ownership of their career when they're young and know that, like, there's other opportunities for you. If something isn't working out for you on a team that you're on currently, there's other places and there's other avenues. You don't need to just think like you have to put all your eggs in one basket. So, have those difficult conversations. And then it prepared me because once I got out of high school and I got to the next level, I was playing junior B, and same kind of thing happened. I got drafted the following season to play junior A by a team I wasn't supposed to get drafted by. It was a new organization. I went there. And I was, like, very uncomfortable. It was not where I wanted to be. I got drafted to a team I didn't know by an organization that I didn't know. And quite honestly, it started off pretty bad. Like, my season was going really poorly, my junior A season. I didn't get along with the team very well for whatever reason. Some of the captains on the team didn't like me, didn't like my style. I'm a little bit out there, I guess, if you think. But some of the guys were kind of not really feeling the kid. And, I was getting bullied a little bit, and, like, the coach didn't like me very much. I wasn't playing a lot. And I had to make a really tough decision to go to the general manager of the team and, tell him that I wanted to be traded. And, again, like, this is new for me, but I had experience of, like, in high school, changing teams and, like, chasing after, carving out my path. But going in and having that phone call with the general manager of a junior hockey team, who, you know, he didn't want to trade me. Like he basically was like, no, we're not trading you. And I had to go in and be like, no, I want to be traded. And it was really difficult. But I had the difficult conversation, ended up getting traded, and then went to Cleveland. And all of a sudden I was on a great team with a great group of guys and an awesome coach. And my D partner was Peter Harold, who turned out to be one of the best defensemen I ever played with. He ended up going, he had a scholarship to Boston College. I'm playing with this guy. Next thing I know, Merrimack comes and watches me play because I'm with all these other really good players. The team was a really good unit, and like we all got along really well. And boom, I got offered a scholarship to play at Merrimack. So I probably would never have gotten there if I didn't have those, you know, that difficult conversation in high school and a difficult conversation in junior. So it all starts with, like, you got to learn how to do those things, and one conversation, you know, will build on another, and you'll get better at it. And it's never going to get easy. Like I said, you know, you get up every year, it gets harder and harder. But you know, don't be afraid to go in and, you know, have the conversation and, you know, learn about, you know, who you're with, and, you know, really take charge of your career. Thanks for tuning in. New videos dropping every week. If you have a question or a topic that you want me to talk about, hit me up in the comment section, and if I pick your comment, I'll give you a shout out in the video. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out here, and I really appreciate it. And if you want some more Buttendz content, feel free to follow us at Buttendz on TikTok and Instagram, and we'll catch you on the next video.